Paresh Rawal, a former monk, left every materialistic pleasure in the year 2002, practiced celibacy for 12 years, then renounced his monkhood and found his life partner on Tinder. Paresh now works in public policy and as a life coach. This is a monk who might buy a Ferrari.
I always wanted to do something for the society, something bigger than life, something like that. So higher purpose, something. And so that is when I thought, like, how can I do more? Completely, dedicate myself to this some cause and find out the higher purpose of life. And that is when I thought the one way to do it is becoming a monk. And I never thought whether I am eligible to become a monk or not, but that's the way I
And how
thought.
did your family react to it? What was their first reaction? Were they okay with it?
Absolute no. Absolute no, of course.
So you practiced celibacy for 12 years, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
12 years, and then you chose to leave it. What made you leave it?
My whole purpose all the time there was not to expand the organization I was in. I mean, that was not never my purpose. It was to expand my horizon of spirituality, my spiritual depth. And after 12 years, when I felt that somewhere is getting stunted, that is not happening, or I no more need these religious boundaries or frameworks to work in, because as you know, spirituality can never have any framework or boundaries. It's boundless. And that is when I realized that I should take another bold move and
But
renounce renunciation.
but it must have been equally difficult to come back to this worldly life. What was the transition like? How did you feel when you eventually gave up your celibacy and then came to this social life? What was the biggest, let's say, shock you got?
Of course, it's a you people usually talk about the first transition, like when you went to monk, what happened, what time did you wake up, and have to have a cold water showers and all those things. Of course, those were difficult, but coming back was, of course, the transition was, if you know those movies where a person goes to space and when it comes back everything is changed on the planet. The planets are ruled by the apes and all. But similarly, when I came back, things were, of course, different. 12 years. And if you know, 2002 I became a monk. In 2014 I came back. Those were the digital era of India. So a lot of things changed. Of course, I was abreast of a lot of digital changes that were happening, but I had information gaps. Like what happened to the World Cup? I don't know. Like those major chunks I was missing. Like when I used to go to movies earlier, it was like noon show, matinee show, evening show, night show. When I come back, there is nothing like that. It's like IPL. It's like this. Everything has changed. So of course there were knowledge gaps, and but I picked up from my friends from this. And one of the thing which I remember and recall is I didn't have any identity. Like I had changed my name, and the identity crisis that really like made me wonder, okay, did I do wrong, like by coming back? I mean, should I stayed back now that I've created this new identity? That was the only time which I wondered, okay, like what is happening with me.
You've got married as well. How did that happen? Was it a conscious decision, or you met someone and then you thought, okay, I mean, I can be on this path now?
No, it was a conscious decision. Now that financially I was stable, I was doing something, had my identity, had something, to, if I have to make a Tinder profile, I need to write down something there. So, and
In
that's
fact,
what I did. Yes, I met my wife on Tinder. So marriages
so
do happen there.
a monk who got married via Tinder. That's quite an interesting bit.
So that's where I was, yeah. And I clearly wrote there that I was a ex-monk, so I didn't want to, like keep someone in illusion or not tell them. I clearly told them, and my wife was okay with it. So yeah, so that's how I met my wife, and that's how things happened.